How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all well. Mr. Boulder here, and I'm back today with a cold drink because it's absolutely boiling here in the southeast of England at the moment. Uh, so I'm back today with a contest entry for Mr. Metal Marty Mac, who hit the 600 subscribers mark a while ago. As I record this, he's actually on 666 subscribers, so he's at that magical metal number. So he's running a contest. This is a contest entry for him. Marty is a fantastic guy, massive music collection, a massive movie collection as well. Just a really nice guy, a fantastic member of the community, a very generous guy as well. I remember once I had a spare copy of Testaments of New Order on vinyl, and I knew that Marty was looking for an upgrade copy. So I messaged him and said, "Do you want this?" And he said, "Yes." So I sent it over to him. So I sent him over one record, and in return, he sent me back a whole box of stuff. So he's a very generous guy, great member of the community, fantastic collection. Like I said, of both movies and music, and that's what the competition is about. Show 5 song titles, maybe album titles as well. I can't remember, but song titles are also the same titles as movies, and then just to show 3 of your favourite movies. Now, for me personally, I haven't really watched many films for about the last 25 years. I've never been the biggest movie person, but I did used to watch quite a lot when I was younger. But I don't watch many at all these days, has to be said. We're going to get cracking with 5 songs that are also the same as movie titles as well. So after a quick sip of cold drink, I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to kick off today with a couple of bits of excellent old school hip hop. And here we have Ice Cube and The Predator, his hugely successful and excellent album from 1992. Excellent old school hip hop and gangster rap. This is absolutely superb. Listened to it again just the other day. Not listened to it for a while, and it's so good. Really good stuff. Full of great tracks like When Will They Shoot, Wicked, Now I Got a Wetcha, The Predator title track. Brilliant stuff. It Was a Good Day. Don't Trust Them, Dirty Mac, Check Yourself. Excellent album. Obviously, it's called The Predator, so you know what's coming next. It's the amazing Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, The Predator from 1987, or just Predator. Fantastic film. This has also got Bill Dukes in it. Jesse the Body Ventura, who's a professional wrestler, of course. Love this film. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, back in the 1980s, Schwarzenegger movies were pretty much untouchable. A lot of them are very kind of over-the-top action movies, and they're absolutely fantastic. And Predator is an absolutely amazing film. Whenever it comes on the TV, if I'm at home and it happens to be on a channel, I'll usually stop and watch it. Fantastic stuff from 1987. So that's the first one out of the way. Up next is, like I say, some more old school hip hop, and this is NWA's Straight Outta Compton from 1988. Their huge selling debut album. As most of you will be completely unaware of hip hop, I'll sort of fill you in on this one. This, for me, was the first extreme hip-hop record. This is like the hip-hop equivalent of, sort of, say, Venom's Welcome to Hell, Celtic Frost's Morbid Tales, Metallica's Kill 'Em, all that kind of thing. Excellent album featuring Ice Cube, who I've just shown already, of course. Dr. Dre, who's been massively successful over years. Eazy-E, who passed away back in 1994. MC Ren as well, and DJ Yella. An album full of great tracks like Straight Outta Compton, the title track, Fuck the Police, massively controversial at the time. Gangster, If It Ain't Rough, Express Yourself, Compton's in the House, Dope Man, Quiet on the Set. I haven't cared about hip hop for the most part of the last 20-25 years. The old school stuff from the late 80s and through to the mid 90s is the best for me. So obviously what I'm going to be showing is the movie Straight Outta Compton, which is about the group, basically, about how they got started and their rise to fame. Not gonna lie, I haven't even watched this yet. I got this a while back and still haven't watched it yet, so I need to give this a watch. But yeah, so that's Straight Outta Compton, which matches up with the album title. Number 3, we're gonna go for Whitesnake. This is their huge selling album, 1987, from, funny enough, 1987. A fantastic album. David Coverdale Company definitely ditching the old school blues rock and going for the jugular of the hair metal market, which was huge at the time. Excellent album. Still of the Night, fantastic stuff. Give Me All Your Love, Looking for Love, Crying in the Rain, Straight for the Heart, Don't Turn Away, etc. But track 2 is the excellent Bad Boys, which is a brilliant track full of amazing riffage and great vocals from David. So, of course, the movie that we're going for is Bad Boys. And I've got this box set of Bad Boys 1 and 2 starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Excellent over-the-top late 90s action comedy film. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence work really well together. It's a really enjoyable film. I remember watching this at the cinema when it came out. Excellent stuff. Second one's not as good as the first one, but the first one is absolutely fantastic. So that's that. Bad Boys. Number 4. Some thrash from 1984. This is Exodus and their debut album, of course, Bonded by Blood. An album of the band needs absolutely no introduction. Hugely influential thrash metal album full of great tunes like Bonded by Blood, Exodus, and Then There Were None, Less Than Violence, Metal in Command, No Love, Deliver Us Evil, Strike of the Beast. But the first track on side B is Piranha. Now, I don't have the original Piranha movie on DVD, but I do have Piranha 3D, which is, it's okay, it has to be said. It's not as good as the first two, but it's still an okay movie, and I can't even bloody remember who's in it. It's been such a long time since I last saw it. But yeah, that's Piranha, so that's number 4. Right, last one, and this is Napalm Death and Scum from 1987, hugely influential grindcore album from these British grindcore legends. So what we have here is an album and a song title for you. So yeah, everyone knows this album, massively influential. About 30 songs on this, some of them only seconds long, but track 4 is called Scum, and of course the album is called Scum. So the movie I'm going to show is Scum, which came out in, I think it's 1979. This stars Ray Winstone, who's a legend. It's set in a Borstal. If you're outside the UK, Borstal was the name given to basically prison, young offenders prison, before you went up to sort of main prison when you were 18. So it's young offenders prison. It's a term that's not really used anymore. This is a fantastic film. However, there are a couple of scenes in this that are pretty hard to watch. And if you've seen this film, you'll know which ones I'm talking about. But it's a great film. Ray Winstone's absolutely excellent in it. First saw this years ago and was blown away by it. But yeah, a couple of scenes are pretty tough to watch, it has to be said. So that's my last pick, Scum. So now I'm going to talk about 3 movies that I really do like. Like I say, I don't really watch many at all anymore. But so all these are going to be from donkeys years ago. But 3 absolutely amazing movies as far as I'm concerned. Here we have my Alien Quadrilogy box set. And the film I'm going to talk about is Aliens, the second film from 1986. Classic sci-fi action film, maybe horror a little bit. It's just absolutely phenomenal. I couldn't tell you how many times I've watched this film. Excellent, excellent film. I know a lot of people prefer the first one. The first one is fantastic, but I just love the action in this Aliens. Excellent movie starring Sigourney Weaver, Michael Biehn, Lance Henriksen, I think, is in this as well, and Bill Paxton as well. He's excellent in this. I was really gutted when Bill Paxton died. He was also really good in Weird Science when he was Chet. But love Bill Paxton. He was in this as well. Just an absolutely fantastic film. Watched it so many times. Excellent sci-fi action film. Aliens is an absolute beast, and one that I can watch over and over again and never get bored of. So the second film I'm going to talk about is The Terminator from 1984, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Excellent sci-fi horror film. When it comes to The Terminator, a lot of people say that they prefer the second one, and the second one is a fantastic movie, no doubt about it. But for me, I prefer the first one. The second one is more of an action film, whereas the first one is more of a sci-fi horror film. And for me, Schwarzenegger is best as being the arsehole Terminator, the really nasty Terminator, rather than the wisecracking Terminator you get in Terminator 2. Also starring Linda Hamilton. Again, starring Michael Biehn, who is also in Aliens, who I just mentioned. Fantastic film. I think Lance Henriksen's in this as well, actually. Excellent stuff. The effects in it are absolutely superb for the time. Great performances from everyone all around. And again, a film I can just watch over and over again. I never get bored of. So the last thing I'm going to show is as good as all this CGI is these days and makes things look really realistic. For me, I like the old school kind of stop motion animation and like the sort of puppets that they used to make. And this last film I'm going to talk about is without a doubt the greatest example of that. One of my favourite films ever. It's absolutely essential as far as I'm concerned. It was a massive flop at the box office at the time, but it's got its respect well and truly ever since. And it's The Thing from 1982, starring Kurt Russell. Just absolutely fantastic. The effects in this film are absolutely superb, and they still hold up now, 41 years later. This is absolutely brilliant. I saw the prequel they did about 2011, and that's really good as well. But again, the CGI looks good, but for me, there's nothing better than the old school effects that they used on this, and they're just absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely blew me away the first time I saw it. It's just such a good film. It's absolutely fantastic stuff. I couldn't tell you how many times I've watched it. Like I said, I've done watch a lot of films, but I've watched this one many times, and it's one that never ever gets old. So that's my three of my favourite movies. Not necessarily my top three favourite, but three that definitely spring to mind when I'm talking about films. It has to be said. Right, guys, that is it for this week. Thanks for watching to the end. As always, get in touch. Let me know what you think about these picks. Let me know what you think about the three movies I chose at the end. As always, I will leave a link to Marty's channel in the description box of this video. I'm sure most of you know who Marty is, but even if you don't know who he is, please head on over to his channel and subscribe to his channel. Let's push him up to the 700 mark. Great guy, definitely deserves even more subscribers than he's got already. I shall be back with you next week. I'll be ranking my favourite albums from the big four of thrash metal, from worst to best. So we'll be talking about Anthrax's Among the Living, Slayer's Seasons in the Abyss, Metallica's Master of Puppets, and Megadeth's Rust in Peace. Cheers for watching, guys. As always, I'll catch up with you soon. So take care, and I'll see you later.